Yeah, I must know I got today. I notice I have time today because I have both jobs off. But what's up? What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? I appreciate those that came through my last show. What's poppino? What's poppino? Yo, I just got the lab thinking about something. I said, you know what? The influence that 1970s New York City that has had on the world. Like you got some people that go to Hollywood to make movies. You got people that come to New York to go on Broadway. Salute, salute, Billy Gordo, salute. You know what I'm saying? This is real talk, man. Um, yeah, what's good? The influences that we have in New York City. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Louis Jordan, peace and prosperity. We have a lot of influence, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking about the movies that played a part, like Beach Street, Wild Style, what he had on the world. Who'd have thought that kids from the East Coast would have created something that's the number one genre in the world? That every race and culture worldwide touches. Things that poor kids created. You know what I'm saying? It's some real shit, man. Look, before what if you want to call it a gang, Zulu Nation is the first movement in hip hop. Zulu Nation is responsible for trillions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Some shit that was created within the five boroughs of New York City. No matter which element you was, if you was graffitiing, b-boying, breakdancing, you know what I'm saying? But no matter what element you was a part of, this shit in the five boroughs went worldwide. The first movement in hip hop, Zulu Nation. They make Wild Style, they make Beat Street, they make Breaking 1, Breaking 2. They make Style Wars. This shit helped hip hop. Video music box, Yo MTV Rap. A lot of people they had no money, so they couldn't afford MTV. Or I won't even say that because there was at one point where dudes could afford cable, but cable wasn't going in certain areas, like the South Bronx, certain parts of Brooklyn. They was not going. You could have had money, you just couldn't have cable because they wasn't putting cable in these certain neighborhoods. Lai. I love you, Lai. I'm gonna do a quick live about 70 New York City. I'm almost done, all right? Okay. I got some time to spend with the woman I love. I love you, Lai.
Love you too.
Back to the program. So all this is an influence. Think about it. We turned $6 gazelles that people bought $6 gazelles for. Some people got beat up for, robbed. Some people may have lost their life for. To help promote a brand for a company that you and I are gonna pay $600-700 or even $1,000 for a pair of glasses. There wasn't the only people that wore real gazelles was people that was getting real money. We was buying gazelles from the corner store. You know what I'm saying? Again, Pumas. Pumas is a natural thing, right? But Pumas blew up in New York. Even Nikes blew up in New York. People was coming to New York. People want to come and play for St. John's in New York to be in the New York media. So the influence of the ghetto of New York City is crazy. When you talk all down about the ghetto and it was messed up and fucked up shit, we created something great. It may have been black on black crime and black and brown crime or some craziness, but we created something that's great. That's why I think that we publicize negative energy a lot. You know what I'm saying? We don't really publicize the positive things that may have happened in their lifetime. Well, what came out of incarceration is, right now, listen, you got Bloods and Crips in California. You got Bloods and Crips all over the place, right? But what's more interesting to the world to hear every day is the Bloods and Rikers Island. No matter how many times you tell the story, they want to hear it. All these Crips that's rapping in these rap songs. They want to hear the Bobby Smurder stories about what's going on in the 90s in Flatbush. This is just the mecca of certain elements. You know what I'm saying? When they make Death Wish 1 and 2 and 3, I think they had scenes in East New York, New Lots Avenue. But New Lots Avenue always been wild, but that was the perfect spot. Charles Bronson, the assassin. So, we're going into the elements. You know what I'm saying? The elements of hip hop, man. I mentioned the world, the influence that the 70s had, man. No matter how many drug kingpins, yo, King Noble, yo, no matter how many kingpins we had in our lifetime, they don't make a movie about the kingpins of Detroit or the kingpins in Minnesota. They got to make it a Frank Lucas and Nicky Barnes. So we did have an influence, man, but I don't think we understood the influence that we had. And that everybody turned out to be, criminals, man. We got a lot of prosperous people that come out of New York, man. Don't let people, great doctors, great lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Look at Russell Simmons. He created something. Look at the influence Russell Simmons had. He created something that was great, Def Jam Records. Then you had Sleeping Bag Records. Then you had Sleeping. Yo, salute, LDN 187. Salute. It changed the world, man. I remember looking at hip hop books in watching like Chinese kids that's come from China that would come to New York, go back to their country, and they was in hip hop books, and they was wearing Adidas suits, and I ain't gonna front. Run DMC must be big in China. Run DMC must be big in China because they have a major fan. And this is before Walk This Way. We talk about Sucker MC, Run DMC, and King of Rock is no high. That Run DMC. We ain't talking about Walk This Way yet. We're talking about my Adidas Run DMC. What? The fashions, remember? The funky dope chains. That was a New York thing. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. The greatest hustler, one of the greatest hustlers that came out of New York was Dapper Dan. He actually was taking people, clothing line designs and created his own. That became popular. Think about Right On magazine, Word Up magazine. We seen Big Daddy Kane with the long trench, Gucci suits, MCM, MC Light, Special K. This is what we see. People was, you know what I'm saying? The world wanted that. Dudes was coming from half across the globe to go to Dapper Dan just to have a Gucci jacket that LL Cool J may have had, or buy a Choop jacket. Choop was big in New York. You know what I'm saying? They're saying about. I'm just saying about the influence. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure things was big other places, but this is the influence of New York. But I think because we look at, hell yeah, there was a fake Gucci velour suit was going for like $150. $150 was a lot of money. Depends on what you was getting. Dudes was getting their seats kitted out with the butter soft leathers on the seats and all that. Yo, you got me in the element. So this is what poor kids created, man. This is what poor kids created. You know what I'm saying? You can tell your kid, you can tell. Remember the Night Velour joints? And the thumbnail. I'm not sure what the thumbnail is. That thumbnail I showed right there was when they had the Uptown Comedy Club. This is so real. My cousin used to book parties, right? And he was a big promoter in the 1990s in Albany, New York, Hype Entertainment. And he used to bring the comedians through. That was Uptown Comedy Club when these guys, before they even hit Def Jam Comedy Club stage. This is for these guys. This is when these guys was on Uptown Comedy Club. That's what come on Channel 7 on the late night. The only comedy you got was Apollo back then and the Uptown Comedy Club circuit. And my cousin booked them. That was the tour that they was on. That's my man Cedric is in the picture. You see, if you look at the thumbnail, that's a real joint from the 90s. Shout out, look at the success of them. The influence of Tracy Morgan, Flex, the comedians that's in that picture. This is when they was getting paid $300-$400 a show. I was around that because my cousin he was big into the promotion thing. He took his time out to get into that game. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? It's real. You know what I'm saying? So it's just salute to all of them. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, my man Wiggs had the pink joint with the 131, the Gucci jacket. That was big. My man Happy had the You had the Gucci joint juice. Like that was a part of the culture. That was part of having a guy tape. You had a guy tape, Keith Sweat, Gucci suit, a Gucci jacket. That was part of the whole rest. Uptowns, a pair of Uptowns. You had a little bit more money, you had a pair of Chuckers or some 40 Belows. The influence that we had. People would come to New York just to get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, happy from 100 Street before you know he went through. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, he had the ill jacket. Jeffrey shot. Rest in peace, my man Randy, man, Cubby brother. You know what I'm saying? Happy started fucking with the bikes and all, and a lot of niggas didn't even know Happy was related to them niggas on 12. But them shout out to my man Happy, man. You know what I'm saying? See, I like when I'm talking to people that understand the lingo. You know, salute, Miss Playful, salute. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, Miss Playful's in the building. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the influence. I'm talking about the influence, the times of that when we was really influencing the world. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, until he started fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Before all that, he was getting a lot of paper, bro. He was a part of he's what a lot of dudes want to be like. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Happy was somebody dudes want to be like. We watch a nigga getting money fall. He ain't get shot. He ain't catch 100 years. That the streets caught up to him. You know what I'm saying? But he was a fly nigga. He one of the niggas that had the Gucci's and the big chains and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas had the bikes and all that. These are the dudes that we grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how bad he doing now, but he was a major figure down there in that D. And this is just the influence. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's people's, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I remember I used to see Happy go through that tunnel on 102nd Street, going to Carver. I said, well, how the fuck Happy was in Carver? That's before we were getting to realize. I didn't realize he had peoples over there, bro. Because he's always, like, if you're on Park Ave, you would see Happy cut through. You know what I'm saying? We see certain niggas cut through. Back then, it was like different because 103rd Street was really lit. 103rd Street where Smashes is at, and across the street was already crazy. But then you cross into Carver and all that, the CM mall, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? But back to the influence that we have, man. We have a major influence that I think that we don't realize that the things that we've done other than crime that has touched the world, man. When I be out of town and I see people with the Gucci's, the MCM jackets, and the African Americans, I know that we influenced that poor kids. You know what I'm saying? Because the only people that had Gucci and Louis back then was rich people, and most of them was, you know, Caucasian or East Indian or African. You know what I'm saying? we if you see the first Gucci bag some of us seen was out of Dapper Dan. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't 2-3 spots that was doing it like how they doing it now. He had the spot. You know what I'm saying? The culture that we had. Look at the shirt kings. What they do with the shirts. And dudes started emulating that. Salt and Pepper come out of Queens. They don't come out of Compton. Not saying there's wrong with Compton, but they came out of Queens. Some of our first real rap groups. Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh. The influence that we have, man. But I think that we have to start speaking about the real shit. We have to get back to what's reality and what's not reality. What I mean that's not reality is how do somebody sit around and come up with a plan? I'm gonna sell fake Gucci jackets and fake MCM, and I'm gonna make just as much money as they make in downtown. All I need is a connect to get the fabric and have a bunch of Africans back here getting busy. That's exactly, look, don't front. At one point, Dapper Dan was more popular than the real Gucci spot downtown. Niggas was going, dudes that had bread was going to Dap before they go downtown. That's how real the Gucci shit was with that. We got to salute them on that one. Dudes that was getting a check. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Key Noble? I'm telling you, Miss Play, I'm telling you, dudes that was getting record deals. Seeds was popping. Yeah, Mike Tyson knocked out Mitch Green. Mitch Green crazy, man. Shout out to Mitch Green, man. That water fucked him up, you know what I'm saying? But dudes that was getting record deals, that at that time, they could be 20,000, 10,000 was $1 million. You know what I'm saying? They was going to Dap. They wasn't even going to the real Gucci spot like dudes go live now. Look, I'm at the real Gucci spot. Dudes is going to Dapper Dan. No, let's go to Dap. I'm going to get my shit kitted. I'm going to get the butter soft seats. You know what I'm saying? Miss Blood Green. The first thing was blood. The blood. This is the influence of the 70s, 80s, no, the 90s. This is the influence that we have, man. Other than just niggas was just losing their mind going to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's a powerful thing, right? That's powerful, right? When you see dudes doing photo shoot with Dapper Dan shit, then you wonder why Gucci gave him a deal. They had to. His influence is crazy. They wanted that black dollar, and they knew that we're not really getting the black dollar we want. You know what I'm saying? Boom, let's just go to him, give him the materials, he do what he wanted to. That's great. See, he has creative control over a brand that he just took. Needless to say, Gucci, he had the Louis, he had the, but Gucci, they're not stupid. He has the culture. He has the money, and he's making money, they making money, everybody wins. He had to flip the brick for that, and there's a lot of stories around Dapper Dan that consist of the closed store shit, but it is what it is, man. So, you understand what I'm saying? Let's speak about the influences that happened, that people made millions from. You see what I'm saying? That we have on the world, you know what I'm saying? You take pride, like, hold on, man, I was a poor kid growing up in that era, man. I remember being on the projects and we snapping all day and we bugging and we I remember all this shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit was real. This was real energy. You know what I'm saying? This is real energy, man. But this is just my first segment. This is my first segment of the influence of New York City. I'm going to do more of these segments. We have these influences that we do have on the world. And everything ain't negative. So this is a great... And this goes to show people how you can come up with an idea and a plan and have dreams and really create something that affects everybody and not just somebody across the street. So, with that being said, party people, I hope you enjoyed this segment of the influence from the 70s. Then we're going to do of the 80s and of the 90s. The reason why I said the 70s for, because that's where it all started. The Nikes, the Pumas, the beginning of the ideas when dudes say, I don't want to sell drugs. I want to do something different. You know what I'm saying? That being said, man, y'all be at peace. Have a blessed afternoon.